remove. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just
Got it. Hello. Hi,
Gianna.
Jana.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I just wanted to kind of touch base on, or just ask a little more, maybe on something. I think it was said on Friday, and I think maybe you were talking about your relationship, and then maybe Todd said something like, "Oh, I wasn't planning, I had no thoughts of being in a relationship for 20 years or something." And then I think Pernell, you said something like, "And you never know what's good for you anyway," or something like that. You recall that? You don't know
Yeah.
what you want or
I
what's
remember
good for
talking
you.
about, I
Not
remember
about Todd,
talking
not
about,
about Todd, I think
yeah,
specifically about all
no,
of us.
yeah, I can't remember exactly what you had said in that. I do remember us talking about not being,
Yeah.
but,
I can't
I
remember
mean,
saying you don't know.
well, because we don't ever know what the further ramifications of anything are going to be. That if you set out that I know I'm going to be so happy if I get into a relationship, and then it could be
Be the
completely,
worst thing
yeah,
ever.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I could see
Yeah.
you saying something like that. I don't remember the specifics though.
No, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. You can't ever plan. I don't know if that was what I said. And correct me if it wasn't, but you can't ever plan for anything
Right.
because you don't have all the information.
Yeah, it really landed with me, and it really that's the experience. I felt like I got it, like it landed, it made me really silent, right?
Mm.
And then over time since then that's passed, I guess it also left me with kind of like, are you saying always that patterns are responding or answering, right? So I don't know. I guess it kind of left me with how to proceed with anything. I feel like I don't know, tried everything, been around the world, done so much external stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I completely get. If I understand you correctly, I completely get what you mean with the mind all of a sudden just going completely silent.
Yeah.
Because if you come from a survival mechanism of doing and assuming and estimating and controlling and planning and all of that, if you come from a survival mechanism from a family where you needed that, you needed really to read the room, you needed really to plan everything out and make sure that things happen in the right way because or else, if you come from that, then really understanding that that is not possible. You cannot plan for anything. Everything outside of right now is not it's not in your hands. It's not you can do, you know, anything for things to work out perfectly. And then a pandemic happens, or then a Wall Street crash happens, or then a fire happens, or then, we cannot plan for anything. It's nothing else than wishful thinking when we plan. Then I'm gonna make sure I get a proper education because then I'm settled and sorted. It's wishful thinking. It's nothing but, a letter to Santa Claus. And when you really, really understand that, everything quiets down because there's no more struggling, no more controlling, no more trying to see pattern and read the room and all of that because it's not up to you anyway. Anyone that has been in any kind of abusive family or relationship or anything like that, you know this is how it is. You cannot do anything to make your partner or your parents happy. They will react the way they react anyway, no matter what you do to try to make everything work out. It's not up to you. And when you really understand that, everything just quiets down.
Yeah. Maybe that's good enough. Yeah. It felt like that. Like everything just got quiet.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I could not have foreseen this. our relationship at all. Not in my wildest imagination. Not even Hollywood get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess my mind kept wanting to go back to, but I have to make some decisions. I need to
Yeah, and you don't. That's the thing. You
look for a
don't.
job again. I need to.
Yeah, but and yet you don't. You
Yeah.
don't. Because no matter how much you, and I'm not saying that you should just sit and wait for somebody to knock on your door, you
Yeah.
know, even though that did happen,
Sure.
but you, for example, looking for a job, diligently looking for a job and really, really fighting to find a job, you will, and everybody that has tried this know this, you will land a job that doesn't suit you because it's done forcefully, which means that you are at your best behavior and you will say yes to a lot of things that you actually are not comfortable with, but the pay is great. And you will make decisions based on something that is not, flow.
Yeah.
If you stop controlling everything, things will fall into place because they do. Without us butting in, they do.
Largely, I think, because we're coming in with a certain preconceived set of notions about what we think we need, what we think we want, what
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
and it's always from such a limited perspective that we're not taking into consideration all of the possibilities that might arise. Or,
You're absolutely right, because we're limiting ourselves.
we are.
Yeah.
And so many times we're also, without really realizing it, playing out those old patterns that we've had. It's if you've been in jobs or relationships before that have been problematic, the same patterns that got you into those jobs are probably the same things that are getting you into another job, which, if you're coming at it from that exact same angle,
Yeah.
with that exact same frame of mind, same outcome. So
It's much better to have an idea of what you would like. I would like to have this many days holiday a year. I would like to earn this much. I would like to work with this. I would like to, and then leave it. And then you know what you want. So when somebody is, if you say, I want to have, I want to work 4 days a week, let's say, that's the new thing, working 4 days a week. So I want to work 4 days a week and I want to earn this much. And then somebody contacts you and say, here's a job. You do have to work 7 days a week, but you get 4 times as much pay than you actually wished for. Then you know that it's a no, thank you, because it wasn't about the money. It was about time off. So it's easy to say no to things when you know what you want clearly. And you're not grasping for it. You're not looking for it in a graspy way. You're waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, maybe that's the struggle. I think I felt like that's the struggle. Like, I don't know what I do want. I think I feel like I know I don't want to work 60 hours a week for a lot of money anymore. I've done that, right? I know I don't want to
But
do that.
knowing what you don't want is not helpful. Knowing what you do want is helpful.
Yeah.
And the majority of us know what we don't want.
Yeah.
If I ask people, so what do you really want? Well, I don't want to work 60. Okay, great. Not what I asked. What do you want? And most of us can't even make a list of things we would like. We can say all the things we don't want.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So now what?
Find out what you want.
yeah, I mean, and you can start just by turning those around, right? Like, I don't want to work 60 hours a week. Okay, so how many hours a week do you want to work? What is your comfortable limit? And then,
And why?
Yeah.
And why do you want to work 30 hours a week?
Yeah.
What is it you want to do with the other 30? Yeah, well, I would like to learn to roller skate for 30 hours a week.
As one does in 2024.
As one does.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even have to work, really. It's just like society says you should work.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
What do I do with all my time if I don't work? And I know
that's another thing. But Janet, it's the same thing. You know what you don't want. You do not know what you want.
Yes.
If you don't want to work, it's fine. What do you want to do?
doing things because of societal pressure is not the reason to do things. Feeling into, okay, well, so what, it's a good thing for practice to be like, okay, so if I tell people that I'm not working, I don't have to work, and then what do I think they're saying about me? Where is their judgment stemming from? And then this is something to inquire for you. So where are these biases that you have against people who don't work and who have free time to do things and engage in whatever it is that they,
This.
yeah, yeah. So, so, and then figuring out, like, really just feeling into, if you don't have the pressure of working 60 hours a week, you start to free up to where you can be inspired by different things. You can try different things and find out where your passion actually lies. But you'll never know that if you are forcing yourself to do something that many hours a week where you don't have any surplus to be able to investigate other things. So maybe just taking the time to see what unfolds is okay.
And just like we always recommend people that is coming out from one relationship, take time to find out who you are now before you go into a new relationship. It's the same with work. Whenever you finish in one job, do not go straight to another job. Make a line in the sand, find out who am I now, because you were one person when you got the job that you now left or that you don't have anymore. You were one person then. Who are you now? What do you want now? Where is your passion, like Todd says, right now? Because it's not where it was 20 years ago or just 5 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing.
Keep us
Thank you so
posted
much.
on it.
Yeah, I want to hear more about it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.